What up, trash bags? Welcome to a very special episode. It is the 100th episode of Bunny and the Beast. Luxembourg, we thank you for tuning in and making this still a thing. I am joined by my glamorous matron of mess, Bunny Galore, my dear. Hello, how are you?
Oh, hello, darling. You look spectacular today. The arms are out. If you're watching on YouTube, they are particularly impressive. If you're listening to it, well, you can just picture it.
Think of ham.
Wow, we're starting early apparently. You keep quiet, you're not introduced yet.
Yeah, exactly. I think we need to introduce our two very special guests. It's always said on the internet, I'm surrounded by beautiful men, and today is not an exception, to say the least. To start with, this is going to be very, very grown-up introductions, boys, so brace yourselves. Just in case there's about 3 people that don't know who this gentleman is. Dr. Ranj is a British doctor, TV presenter, author of 2 non-fiction children's books, and now a musical theatre star, currently starring in the UK tour of Anne Juliet. He has done many TV shows, and he's much loved for all his appearances and that beautiful smile. In 2018, he competed on the 16th season of Strictly Come Dancing, and then All-Star Musicals in 2021, which then led to this particular lovely West End show, Dr. Ranj Scrubs to Sparkles, at the Garrick Theatre, which was produced by Eoin. Was it produced by Eoin Mallon?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, it was. There we go. I couldn't remember if you were the MD as well of it.
I did. I brushed the stage as well.
Yeah,
He
made
did.
the
Lights, did everything, and supervised the lighting, which
Sang the
was
theme
spectacular.
tune.
Now, Eoin Mallon is a vocal coach, vocal supervisor, and musical director in theatre, TV, and film, and the music industries. His work includes Wonka, Moana 2, Paddington in Peru, and the Robbie Williams biopic Better Man. Also, special fun fact, Eoin also competed on the 9th season of Britain's Got Talent in 2015.
I forget about that.
I know.
Where you made love to the camera.
Yeah, he did.
Listen, my love is for everyone.
Keep it.
As part of the singing troupe. Singing troupe? That makes it sound like you've got guitars. The Kingdom.
I think we're officially called a man band.
Man band. I didn't want to say boy band. That's why.
We were not boys.
You were not boys. You were definitely men. The Kingdom Tenors reaching the semi-finals. And there are 2 very special gentlemen in my life and James's life. Eoin is my emergency contact, and unlike all the rest of the people in my life, is not Carnage. There, I said it officially.
And
So
they've
now
also
we
been,
know we're starting with lies on today's
Exactly.
podcast.
but they've also been the punch bags of all 99 episodes of the podcast so
Exactly.
far. So we thought it would be about time to have them on.
Isn't it about time,
Well,
exactly?
it is probably about time since we did have Owen's ex-boyfriend on before Owen himself. But
Oh, yes, we did, didn't we?
we did.
Awkward.
We're throwing that out there straight away.
Well, you can only have your standards low to begin with, and then when you can afford real guests, here we are.
And also, try and see if you can find anyone that Owen hasn't been with.
Shots fired.
Florence Pew 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 over there.
Well, that's very
Pew.
brave of somebody that has an NDA out of against you, dear. Isn't it?
Listen, you said you wouldn't tell anyone about that. When you signed it.
and it's not. It's in Luxembourg. It doesn't count.
Yes. But welcome. Welcome
We should
anyway to
start
the
the
show.
Oh, yes, their show.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm quite happy. It's weird because talking about this today, it's made me realise that we all know each other via Owen, really, originally.
Owen is the root cause of
Yeah.
all this evil.
But this
Patient
show-
zero.
Yeah.
Listen, they say you have to do charity in this life to have a better life further on, and my life and the next life will be so great.
So we'll see. Pending.
I've known you for nearly 9 years
Nearly
now.
10 years.
Nearly 10 years now. When did you first meet Ranj? When did you first meet?
A
This
window
is-
fell on your head.
A window fell on my head. And this is-
Oh, on your head. I always
my
thought it was
head.
yours.
No, it's not a euphemism, and it's a true story. But the truer story was I was sitting at the piano, and we were in this gorgeous, beautiful old building.
It was rough as hell. Some pub on the riverfront, wasn't it?
No, it was actually a lovely building.
Oh, okay.
Also, it's imagery. And this window, 3-paned window, fell out of the wall and onto my head as I was playing the piano. I'm
Talk about
still alive.
hard-headed.
Hard head.
I had to get a
and
refund on that.
You did. And also, at that point, how Ranj and I met was we did the entire rehearsal, and I was trying to be really brave that I was fine, and I was in agony. And Ranj was like, oh, well, let me look at it. And I was like, are you even a real doctor?
Yeah, that's what he said.
And that was,
Oh my God, he sounds like a Twitter troll.
And everyone in the supermarket.
yeah. and that was the start. And that was probably also nearly 10 years ago.
Maybe longer.
Maybe longer.
Potentially.
Yeah, I wondered if you two knew each other longer than you know me, because I feel like you were friends before I met Eoin. Because I didn't meet.
I can't remember.
No,
when
I
I met
can't
you,
remember.
Bunny.
No, I can't. I think it was you after you did Strictly. You did the tour,
Yes.
and I think I met you backstage at the O2.
Yes, so I knew Eoin before.
But
then.
obviously, I knew of you.
Yeah.
Obviously, I knew your work. And I'd seen you. I followed you on the show. I was like, because I think Leslie Joseph had done it the year before, and I was with her.
Yeah.
And that was the first year you'd go, and I'd missed her tour. Don't tell her. But because the tour goes really quickly, you think
Yeah,
it sounds
like
like it's
6
going to be
weeks.
months, and it's like it's
So
actually
6 weeks it's done.
Yeah, it's very different towns in every day, isn't it? It's a lot more compact than I ever thought it was going to be. And I think Brian had done it the year before, so it was. I was following the show naturally, and I was like, oh, right, that's a friend of Owen's, and oh, he's doing so well. And because you were a presenter, I guess my other friends that done it had some sort of acting training, and therefore. Obviously, quite a while ago, done dance, but I thought you did extremely well considering you came from zero, and it's not easy.
And I've ended up back there. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't easy, but no, it was fun. It was a fun time. But yeah, we've known each other for a very long time, haven't we?
Yeah, I think it potentially could go back as far as 2014, 2015.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, when do you remember what year you started on This Morning?
My word.
I think it is around that time.
2012,
Yeah,
maybe.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow, it's
because
been that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something.
Well, it
like
would have
that,
been
yeah.
enough time that I wouldn't have. I didn't know you from the show, so I think it was probably fresh around that time that it was a.
So you're the glue that holds us all
Yeah,
together.
it's only occurred to me when we were talking about it,
Yeah.
really. And how did you meet James originally?
We met at a.
Darkroom?
That's
The room was quite dark.
The room was quite
lights
dark,
were on.
and it was in an SE postcode. So it was.
Oh.
It was.
Yes, we met at the Cock Tavern in Kennington on a pub quiz.
Really?
Yes, on a pub quiz.
You went to a quiz?
Yes.
He wasn't there to answer the question.
I was the piece of meat that stripped at the end.
yeah, exactly. Your finale.
Everyone has their role in life.
Literally the booby praise.
Not the booby trap. No, so we met at a pub quiz, and so I came, another friend, Chris McGuigan, organised it because he has like a gaggle of gay groups that he like hangs around with, and then invited us round, and then we ended up on the same quiz. Me, you, my ex, your ex, and Declan, who's in Hairspray.
Yes, he's on tour, isn't it? At the moment?
Yes, and I can't remember how well we placed. I remember there being a big tinfoil dance number at the end. I can't remember what that was too. And then from there, I've had vocal coaching with Eoin as well. A vocal hackered a fair few times in my life.
Weirdly, you've all had vocal coaching through me.
Yes,
Wow.
even yeah. Finally, I
Owen's manipulated all our larynxes.
yeah.
Throat trainer over there.
And only with my voice in my hands.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you are a superstar vocal coach. I ran into a problem over Christmas. I couldn't reach a note that was out of my belt range, and I was like, sort of trying to voice note you at 3 o'clock in the morning. The 6 good notes that I have, believe me, there's just 6.
Well, Paloma Faith has 2, so you're fine.
Oh,
But by the
She's
time
nice,
that we
I
had our conversation, you had all the notes you could ever want.
exactly. Maybe in the right order sometimes. But,
Listen, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
But yeah, so that was, when did we meet? The Cock Tavern was pre-pandemic, actually.
About 2017,
Yeah.
2018.
yeah, we went to the Cock Tavern as well. It's the first time I've ever seen you fall down drunk. Because I found the photographs the other day.
Was I 7 years old? Because
Yeah.
I've done it many times since.
Yeah. Oh, I just say it was the first
first.
time.
So hang on, you've all been in the cock together.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yes, it would.
I haven't been there with James yet, I don't think. I went back there the other day. It's really, but it is very clap and gayish. It's very James. Sorry, I've just finished my own sentence then. But it's cute. It's
I
very
knew what
cute.
this was going to be, inviting these two on. I was like, it's just going to be a pile on James for an hour.
Now that we've talked about James's previous
Yeah.
Did someone order a roast?
Yes.
Pork.
Thought I could smell ham.
Well, we're all here to celebrate you.
We are, and
Thank
love what
you.
you've done with the place, by the way.
Yeah,
It's
a
gorgeous.
lovely
There we go.
100th episode upgrade.
Yeah,
Who's going to pop the plonk?
Well, it has to be the ladies.
I don't trust.
You don't trust
And
me?
you
Do you
don't
not
trust-
trust me
no.
with this? Is essentially a firearm
you did it
in
on
my
the-
hand right now.
You should do it actually because you did it on the first episode.
I did, yes.
Now, I'm not
How
saying-
far we've come? We've come from.
And let's just give a little shout out to our very lovely friends at Night Timber via Eoin Mallon's wallet.
Yes. Yeah, the sponsorship. We prefer Blanc to Blanc for
The
the next
sponsorship
episode.
that doesn't exist, but we're hoping it might.
No, never. You never know.
And because Ranj is a registered doctor, albeit not practicing, lazy,
Add it to my list of jobs, darling.
He's too busy being the teeth and brows of daytime telly.
Wow.
Wow. That was shabby
Someone
review.
described me as a potato with brows the other day.
No, with
And
that
pop
jawline.
to that. Oh, it fizzing.
Oh.
I need a cup.
There we go. Oh, quick.
There's what?
Hang on.
Oh.
Work, thirsty work. There's cups about you.
Wow. Wow. Okay, you hateful little girl.
James has regretted every decision he has about putting this episode together.
No, not just the episode. It goes far beyond that as well.
Unfortunately, I think I need the insurance for that bit.
I'm just going to tidy up.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks,
so how
Monica.
did you get the title of mother? Because when
Yeah.
James started calling you that, I was a bit taken aback because you're the least maternal person I know.
Well,
maternal.
No, but if you think of Mama Rose, it's very that.
It's a combination of Mama Rose versus Joan Collins in Dynasty. So it's that amount of warmth.
Yeah, and Paddy the Pony in anything.
I've never fancied you more, using those analogies. Well
Thank
done.
you. And for anyone that's listening, I still have my clothes on.
Exactly.
With a touch of Mrs. Brine.
I'm very Mrs.
You are
Bryan.
very Mrs. Brine right now.
Listen, I was, do you know what I mean, a child of
In appearance and in character.
Thank you. Keep it clean.
First time I was just saying they've had two Asians on the podcast. It's great, isn't it?
Yes.
Representation, ladies.
Owen has just come back from a cruise and is very, very bronzed at the moment, looking fabulous for an Irish boy from Armagh.
From Armagh.
can't
yeah.
say-
Armagh, how is your ma?
She's a wonderful lady.
Yes, she is indeed.
She is.
She might be listening.
Pass down the bubs. Bubbles, darling,
Ranj.
bubbles,
Ranj,
darling.
Ranj, you're originally from Nottingham, is that right?
Me?
Is that right? Where are you from? Where are you
He's
from?
a right.
Hell
He's
no.
from Kent.
What you call me?
Yeah, and
I'm-
is one.
Oh,
I'm-
he lied to me.
I'm from Medway.
Oh, River
Yes.
Medway.
Like, yeah, the drag
Yes.
queen.
Like
Like River and I are
Is
from
that
the same part of the world.
whereabouts is that?
End of the A2, near Blue Water.
I did not realise.
Very
that.
Dickensian. Think of where
Right.
Christmas Carol is set.
Right.
Near Rochester, around those parts. Rochester's the posh part, basically. The rest of it's pretty rough. I'm from the rough bit.
Right.
As you can tell, Tally. Actually sips Sir Night Timber.
Well,
yes,
cheers.
Cheers.
Congratulations.
Cheers. Congratulations
Clink,
on making
clink,
it this
Clink, clink,
far.
clink, clink, eyes,
I
eyes,
know,
eyes.
I
and
know.
Eyes,
everything.
eyes,
Well, yeah,
eyes,
the
eyes,
bad
eyes.
sex thing I think is a bit too
In
late
the
for
eyes.
that. But yeah, it's. I did not
Oh,
realise
that's
that.
lovely. Thank you.
Nice and warm. What do you do? Carry it between your thighs?
No, if I had to put it beside my heart, it would have been ice cold.
Exactly. Oh, you just read yourself.
Yeah.
So on the podcast, we've told a variety of stories throughout our time.
Can you explain to everyone what you mean?
And by
by
variety of stories, we just keep rehashing the time I won the title Miss Custard Guts 2007 when I drank poppers.
That
so
story
we're
has come up once or twice, hasn't
once
it?
or twice, yeah. There's not many stories
So
to my
good,
life.
though, and
It's
they
a
can
v-
tell it to people we don't know very well, just see their expressions.
I think but nobody would expect anyone to be that stupid. And
But
here
then
we
you
have
meet James and you're like, oh,
makes
he's like a
perfect
giant
sense.
human Labrador. And you're like, yeah, Labradors do all sorts of strange
know, but,
things.
like,
I had a Labrador that ate chocolate and survived. And a phone.
Yes,
But-
but if we had a Labrador the same age of James, we would have put it down.
Welcome,
This is the best day
welcome
ever.
to the House of Mess.
But this
Yes.
is, and this is what we dubbed as the House of Mess.
Yes.
No, I didn't dub that.
Yeah, well, who did dub it?
Me.
Was that?
Was it
Was
you?
it you? Okay.
Well, I was like, if I'm going to be called mother, not by my own choosing, then I was like, you are all the House of Mess.
Well, then I became Meaty Mess, and then
Yeah.
Ranj was just Mess incarnate.
Yeah.
And that
Just
was
mess.
validated by your old assistant, Abby. Shout out to Abby, who went,
Shout out
oh,
to
yeah, I
Abby
understand
Gander,
why you
thank
call
you.
him Mess now.
Yeah.
Right.
Why am I Mess? I never understood why I was
Yeah,
loose
I
in the
never
first
understood that
place.
either.
If you
'cause-
don't understand, then you're in a lot of denial that you probably should talk to with a therapist rather than on a podcast.
I have been on many nights out with you where maybe the word mess might be used.
Oh, you give everyone whiplash. No one is safe on a dance floor when
Yes.
Ranj is around.
Yes.
Everyone's Jeanette Mamrara to him.
Yes, you reach that certain point in the evening where you go, I'm the greatest dancer ever. Come dance with me.
5, 6, 7, 8, go.
Pretend that I'm back on street.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just there's some samba music come on with a bit of a beat to it, and you literally the devil gets into your eyes.
It's
And you're
messy. I get it.
That's
And
the only time I'd say.
And I know it's been mentioned once or twice, most recently on the podcast, but I do think James Taylor is still suffering PTSD from the time that you whipped him around.
So this is
Which time?
Owen's partner,
Which
who
time?
is sometimes the object of my affections when I've had a couple of sherries.
Yeah.
And I may try to force him to dance. Yeah, because
It is funny though, isn't
he's
it?
the
'Cause
least
he's the
dancey person. Which is ironic given that he works in music. He's the least dancey person I know. And his face just...
Fear, terror.
Yeah.
Well, no, you've had even the producer Darren Bell actively runs away.
he
from
does.
Ranj.
He
He actually
runs
takes
away.
it to the other
He
side of the
started to
room.
warn me at the start of the night, not tonight, not tonight.
I love it. It's great, but it does. It's when you're least prepared for it. It's
Yeah.
when you just go, "Oh, I'm a bit tired now. I'm just going to sit down," and I feel like a muppet being thrown.
Yeah, and he's like,
on
"Why
the
can't you
dance."
batch a carder?" I'm like, "Because I'm 6 bottles down, and
Yeah,
I
exactly.
batch a what?"
Is that a character from Marvel? What is that?
And I think to totally give Ranj his credit is he's so much stronger than he looks. He's really got that technique built in where they teach you to really spin your partner and
Lead.
once you,
It's called leading. Yeah.
Where you
that's
go,
what we like to call it.
where are you going with this? Because that started really complimentary.
It was before he interrupted.
Oh, what were you going to say? Were you
No,
going to say
I've-
something nice?
I've stopped. You may continue.
Yeah.
But we've told a variety of stories throughout the podcast of embarrassing dating stories, embarrassing stories where you've drank poppers sometimes. Do you two have any secret stories that you would like to spill for me and Bunny
About
today?
who?
About yourselves.
Embarrassing story.
If you can't laugh at
there a-
yourself, how can you laugh at
About
anybody
ourselves.
else?
Oh, I shit myself in the Kimpton.
Oh yeah, you did.
Wow, that was. I thought I was going to prompt you with. Like, do you have any theatrical stories? Right in there. Wow, in the where now?
Wow.
Kimpton. I was posh, darling.
Oh yeah.
I had kidney failure. And I ate a pizza, a giant pizza. I just got out of hospital, ate a massive pizza, and gambled on a fart. And
And
that's
snake
probably
eyes.
too much
I really hope
information,
this
wasn't
gets
it?
cut. This is so
This is the trailer.
That was not a moment I was proud of.
No.
And I just wrapped the dressing gown up and put it in the corner and left the room.
Oh no, that poor cleaning team.
I'd have
Housekeeping.
put it on fire out the window.
Well, there you go. Hey, custard guts. Listen, you are in no place to judge. Oh, and you're 10 now.
I spend most of my life being an embarrassment to everyone, so it's quite hard to
Oh,
refine.
don't be political about it. Come on, tell us. Where'd you shit yourself?
Actually, I will
Martin's gonna
confess.
tell a story.
I was never going to tell this story, but actually it happened to me at Manchester Pride a couple of years ago. Yeah.
shat yourself at Manchester
Yeah.
Pride?
The time we kept bumping
Yeah.
into each other.
No, I think it was the day after. I saw you on the Friday night. I think it must have been the Saturday. So,
Oh, no.
Yeah, and it was going. I was going back to the hotel, and again.
Did you have kidney failure as well?
I think so. It was probably like the sort of the food I had for lunch, I guess. But I think I'm learning now that you've got to be careful of things like Prides where it's ice or the pumps for the
Yeah, the
mixers
dirty
and things
drinks.
like
Oh.
that. So it's not so much an
Dirty
alcoholic
drinks and
one.
dirty twinks,
Yeah,
as it might
exactly.
be.
I wish it'd been dirty twinks, but
Yeah. What had you been drinking that weekend?
Who?
all
Who
the
had you
vodka.
been drinking?
Who have been drinking? Yeah. But that was the weekend I saw you. I think I saw you, but I saw you on the Sunday. I saw you on the Friday, and I've never told that story before.
Wow.
I've never been
God.
more mortified.
Listeners, we
James?
have a Luxembourg exclusive today.
Just I want to be relatable and human. You see,
We still haven't heard Owen's embarrassing story.
I was giving him time, and I
Yeah,
can't
you
believe I've
were
just
giving
confessed
me
it.
time. My time? Me time.
Doesn't have to be that kind of a story.
No, because I absolutely don't do this humour, so I wish we're not.
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
the
sure.
last
I
also
6
knew that
minutes
would
of my
really
life
mortify
dead
you.
This is
happening.
why we call you mother.
Listen, somebody has to hold the class around here. Clearly, I'm failing at the upbringing of these children surround me. Yeah, you're a disappointment to the family.
Have you ever fallen on stage? Have you ever like?
Actually, to be fair, my professional stage debut in Panto, Panto, that sounded very posh. It was, I ran out on, I was on a little scooter, which I still love, scooted out on stage. The scooter went on. I jumped into what was my best attempt at a split, not like James's lane train split. Mine actually left the ground. And as I jumped...
She can still split, by the way. Every now and again, depending on how many drinks she's had, the legs go up.
Well, the thing is,
behind
I can't touch my toes, and I went to a dance college.
Enough about your talent.
Or lack thereof.
It's on the CV and
You
everything.
can put your legs behind your head.
That's what James Taylor says.
Are you that limber?
I am rather flexible.
Do you want to give it? Can you give a demonstration for the camera since we have a
Please,
visual format to do?
No, I don't think this is the time. The people of Luxembourg aren't ready.
We're insert
yeah.
some footage.
So anyway,
What do they say? Black
we're
holes
on a
you can't
queen
escape
couch.
out of.
I jump and rumor has it there's pictures and I jumped. I was in white spats and the entire thing just literally split from waistband to gusset. But obviously, as being the lead in Panto and other things that
Did everyone see your leprechaun?
they saw my lucky charms.
They saw your pot of gold.
Yeah, exactly.
But you find out that you're on stage for like the opening 20 minutes and you don't leave. So I had to do this like meeting the princess love scene, and of course then you do the usual. Somebody drops something, you find it, you eyes glance at each other. But I kept turning up stage because normally I should be facing, sort of with my ass to the audience.
Back to the back.
Thank you.
audience. Yeah.
So we had to, and she just looked at me as if to go, "Why? This is the first show you do in the opposite block."
So you've traded in temporarily talking about endometriosis on Morning Live to
I'm still doing that.
still doing that alongside playing Lansing and Juliet.
Yes.
And that was quite an interesting journey, wasn't it, love?
Well, yeah, I'm kind of blaming Eoin for a bit of that, actually.
I'm being blamed for a lot today. Aren't I?
That's fitting.
There's another reason we call you mother. You have this weird nurturing ability where you nurture people's creativity, and you're quite good at getting the best out of people. And I think you were one of the people that predicted, right, we need to do something on stage and we need to do a bit more of this and a bit more of that. And it was nice to have a champion like that. And musical theatre, I never had the privilege or fortune of growing up and training in it.
Right.
Anything like that.
Is it something you've always wanted to do? I presumed it always was because you're just
I'd always had
like
a love for that kind of thing, but it was never going to be my life, if you know what I mean.
Is that because of family? Did they want you to be?
I think it was more because I grew up in a working class background. You know, it was more about get a career that's going to serve you. And actually, I'm glad I did because I did that first and set myself up a foundation before, so then I could stand on my own 2 feet and chase my dreams. But yeah, I didn't have the fortune and privilege of training in that world and being able to explore it later on in life. I think it gives hope to a lot of people in many ways. I've had people messaging me saying, I'm in my 40s, I've always really wanted to do something like this. And, you know, you've given me a little bit of confidence to maybe just try it. And I was like, that's all you can do. Just try it. Go and chase your joy.
It's not an unusual story. Richard Wilson, I think, as in One Foot in the Grave and many, many other, he came to it late. I think he was in his 40s when he did it originally in the set with Only When I Laugh. I think was the first big sitcom I remember him from, but he'd probably done theatre before that. So it does. Harry Hill, I think, came to it quite late as well with a very different career. Was he a solicitor?
He was a doctor.
Doctor. It was a doctor. Sorry,
GP,
been a while.
I
Off the top of my head.
But also Judi Dench or Maggie Smith as well. Not Judi Dench, is it Maggie Smith as well? Came quite late. Do you know what I mean? There's a number
maybe.
of
I
people
didn't
that
know
found
that.
it quite late.
Alan Rickman did as well. He
Yeah.
he had a career as a graphic designer before becoming an actor.
There's lots of different
Avenues.
ways
Yeah.
into it.
And
isn't
also
it?
nowadays, 2025, it's almost impossible to just do one thing. I think everyone here sat on our TED Talk and our panel is a example of hustling and finding means to earn money in certain avenues.
I think that's true. I think the
And
problem
cul-de-sacs
is
and
cul-de-sacs,
street corners.
dead
and,
ends.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah, terrible to say. Terrible to say.
Rest in peace to Soho Flat. That was great.
But I think what people don't really give, particularly the industry that we're talking about, credit enough is most people in what I'd call regular stable careers, they go for maybe 1 or 2 job interviews either in their career or they apply for one job, they get it, they get feedback and it goes their way or it doesn't. In the sort of the performing industry or the entertainment industry, people are doing that every day. They spend more time being rejected than they do succeed.
Gosh, yeah, I've had so many no's this year. 2025 is the year of that.
But also the thing is, what you say is that I think everyone here around this room, what everyone has is a work ethic that's sort of insatiable. And I think going back to saying when Ranj and I started work together, Ranj came to me with a vocal injury, and we were developing that to be something that was usable again. And actually, what anyone that will sort of talk bad about how Ranj has sort of got his job. No one works as hard as he does. So to take where he started to what he achieved, it's about the amount of work and effort you put into, and I think that's what you can't take away.
I would
That's why
agree.
your knees are ashy, love, as well.
I would totally agree that like we are all like very different careers, and we all kind of will do multiple things. However, I will say the British media and the British press, and in the UK alone, if you become a profile, you have to kind of stay that. You're not allowed to age, put on weight, lose weight. You've got to, if you come out or whatever you present that first time you become famous, that is it. You're not allowed to change. Whether in America, I think you're allowed to do. You could be an
Change
author.
the lanes.
Yeah,
do
you can
what
change
want to do,
lanes.
yeah.
You could be a presenter. You can be an author.
Well,
you
it's
could be-
celebrated. Like, look at
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian. She had a career of posting videos online, and now she's
Well,
a
her
billionaire.
mum made her a
Of
career
all
of
the
that.
people you could have picked, Kim Kardashian was the one you went to. Of all the polymaths that you could
Well,
have.
I looked around the room and I thought sex tip.
And shelf bum.
there we go.
Thank you very
I mean,
much.
if the shoe
Oh,
fits.
finally, we've got into something a bit more silly because it was all getting a bit
It was
serious.
getting
then, wasn't it,
serious.
ladies?
Well, I think to inject a bit more silliness into the podcast is a couple of weeks ago, Bunny and I came up with a game of playing top or bottom.
I listened to this and I
no.
don't know if I agree with most of your
no.
answers.
So we're going to take. You don't agree with our answer? That's fine, because Ranj is primarily a doctor. Eoin is primarily a vocal coach.
Reaching over.
So we're going to go with some objects that fit to both of your careers,
Oh, good.
and we're going to say if they're top or bottom.
Right.
Oh, what do you mean?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So it's an inanimate object, and you go.
Right.
Oh,
Ranj,
to me, that.
Ranj can answer first as the expert.
So
What? Oh,
So the
okay.
top
object number one. So for a practice round.
Yes. So the energy of the object. So if it's dominant or passive type of.
Oh,
kind
I
of,
get you.
energy, yeah.
Right.
Somebody
Sure.
hasn't listened to all their
Do
episodes.
you know what? I normally listen to it in the car on the way to Manchester, and I do my catching up then.
Oh no!
along with the
Sometimes
rest
I'm
of
driving with
Luxembourg.
him. And he goes, "Let's listen to the podcast, and I'll give you notes."
We put. Yes, I have done that actually. We
I'm
put
not looking
James
for
on the
feedback at this
insurance as
time.
well.
I know.
For those of you who don't know, James is my better half. I mean, he's also probably 3/4 of me, given the size of him.
And for those of you listening to this on delayed, Ranj now no longer has a car because it's been crashed.
And Eoin is the orchestrator of that
Yes,
partnership
that
as well.
was your fault too.
Yeah, insurance.
One
That
night in
you-
freedom.
Right,
One
go on,
night
play
in
your
freedom.
game.
One
Anyway,
night in
so
freedom.
object number one is a stethoscope, a top or a bottom.
Oh, it's a bottom. Do you know why? Because the two things wrap themselves around your neck just like a bottom would.
What about the
Legs.
hearing appliance?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. What do you guys say?
Usually thought
It's
out.
almost
though.
like it's almost like those two the two arms of the stethoscope that wrap themselves around your neck are quite, I would say, passive. Not that I subscribe to any labels, by the way.
Obviously.
So
Obviously
I'm like
not.
I don't believe in them, but
Would you agree? Is a stethoscope a bottom, Bunny and Owen?
I think that's a great
think
analogy. I love
agree,
that.
'cause
Yeah.
it's always listening for what's happening on the inside.
it's hanging off.
Yes, that too.
Very good. Very good.
Then into the vocal coach. Is a piano a top or a bottom?
Oh, it's a top.
I
because-
agree.
It's a top because it's an instrument made up of 88 hammers.
Oh, you! You dirty
Super
little
smooth. Oh, boys, I'm
Those are
very
just
impressed.
Could they? But just as a side note, could they be verse or side?
We could say. I think if something swing both ways, you can say that and be like, I don't think it prescribes to either one.
Is that what? That's
So, like for
Yes, you can
well,
say
verse
side.
does both. A side does neither.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I'm called lazy.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I was side during the early 90s for ages.
Nothing
Was the
wrong
height
with
of
that.
the- yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
Height of
Not
the AIDS
everyone
crisis,
believes
and
in
therefore it
penetrative
seemed like a really
sex.
good idea at the time.
So, is a tongue depressor a top or a bottom?
Oh, it's top.
Oh, no,
making
it's
you
a
gag for
bottom.
crying out loud.
What's a tongue
A tongue
depressor?
depressor is what you use to press a tongue down.
It just
Often
lies
makes people
there and
gag.
takes it.
Not a tongue depressor.
Does it not?
No.
Then I don't know my medical
You don't know what
appliances.
you're talking about. I'll show you later. No, that's wrong.
Tonight we're doing
Ooh, I
the
just
tongue
gave myself the
depressor.
ick.
We have attached the OnlyFans link.
A tongue
to this
depressor is
episode.
what you use to put in someone's mouth to have a better look, and often it makes them gag. That is top.
Yeah.
That is top
I would
AF.
say the same. What do you think,
Isn't
Owen?
It's a top.
Yeah.
It's a top.
How many tongue depressors have you had in your thrussie?
I always encourage a high tongue and an open throat.
I was going to really say
What
something
about
really personal then.
vocal coach extraordinaire? A tuning fork.
A tuning fork. A tuning fork is verse.
Oh, why?
Because it's if you actually do you know what a tuning fork looks like? Considering you didn't know what a tongue depressor looks for, it's a little point and then two spread legs. So and it has to be hit very hard, and it's only when it hits it finds a firm surface does it find its note.
Ooh.
We're going out on a limb on this, wouldn't
Yeah.
we?
I would say
like
that's
that.
I would say that's leans more towards
I'd
bottom.
say-
No, because
it only vocalizes when it's
Oh,
struck.
did you say top
because
then?
no, I said it's verse.
Verse.
It needs to be
Okay.
wide and firm all at the same time.
Also, you use two ends of it. One end vibrates, and the other end you touch to yourself.
That's
One
correct.
end makes a
Yeah,
sound.
So it's a verse.
Well done.
Maybe
I
it's
love
the
that analogy.
duality of it.
Yeah.
Is what I was trying to get.
Scary amount of thought that's going into
I
I
this.
know,
No,
that's all a
very-
bit cerebral. Tell us something
Wow.
dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A thermometer.
Oh, that's top, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the old school one.
The old-
Exactly.
one, yeah.
Well, they're even some of the, well, not really the new schools. Sometimes new schools, you can't get rectal probes, thermometers. They do.
Talk
As
dirty
it
to
should,
me.
as it should be.
You can put thermometer. Technically, you can stick a thermometer in any orifice,
Oh, you're so gay you've developed a
in
list.
any orifice, to get a sort of central temperature.
Well, Bunny and I, we know about their role play. Ranj is called the thermometer.
Wow, wow. Excuse me. I'm a lady. I don't do sex before marriage.
Obviously. Oh my
And
goodness.
also,
well,
I'm
there's a-
saving
there's a
myself
kind
for
of-
Jesus.
Does that
gardener.
mean wedding bells are in the
No! Oh!
You just set yourself up.
Oh,
just walked
no.
straight into that,
Oh,
unfortunately.
no.
Well, there's another story to that anyway.
Next question.
A metronome.
What'd you call me?
Not a gnome, a metronome.
Is that just a very modern metrosexual kind of gnome? Like me?
Metrosexual.
A gnome with a good fashion sense.
Oh, okay. We'll go with that.
I
I think he's talking about you.
Well, I think a metronome once again is verse
Okay.
because it's constantly swinging both ways
Oh.
and always clicking.
But it's demanding a rhythm.
You
Isn't
really
it?
think these things out, don't
No,
you?
babe, I'm just intelligent, unlike the rest of the people.
I'm just drunk.
Yay!
Next.
Mum, please don't watch this.
I'm here.
There you are.
A syringe.
Syringe. There's a drag name.
Syringe.
Syringe. There we
Brilliant.
go.
Syringe.
Why you just get? They're all tops. Come on.
Why all medics?
Why they're all medics?
Why all
they're
medics
medicals?
tops?
Why they're
Medical
heard it
appliances
here
tops.
first.
well, syringes poke you, don't they? So I mean, that's
Yeah,
quite
that's a
toppy.
given, isn't it? I think.
Innit?
It's definitely a top.
Innit?
In it, you get jabbed by them. You get
Yeah.
poked, pricked, just a small prick, but you get pricked.
Pricks of all sizes.
Well, I mean,
Inclusivity.
yeah. Speaking of inclusivity, which shade of mahogany did you pick? How many Mississippis was it, Owen? For those of you who can't see this spectacle, Owen is currently tropical shade number 7.
I am
Do you
not,
identify as Jamaican?
No, I was in Barbados though, and I had the most wonderful time with Hilly Tamberton, who is a richer shade of mahogany.
Oh, well, she
Yeah.
is Persian, so that would
Well,
kind of
and
add a bit of flavour.
and maybe I have some Persian in my lineage.
What's his name?
Yeah. How far
you.
into you did he get?
Were you raped and pillaged as well? Historically.
Historically, yes.
Tell me what you think of me.
Next question.
Pitch pipe.
A pitch pipe, unnecessary, shows off, has to be a bottom.
Oh, I'd say it's a top with the Napoleon complex.
No. Unnecessary, constantly shouting at everyone and not actually useful a bottom.
Wow, harsh. Okay.
An insight into
Okay, I think we'll go for one more of each for
on
each
then.
career.
Go on.
A pill bottle.
A pill bottle?
With or without the pills?
I mean, bottom just wants to
Yeah.
be filled up, really,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then sometimes downed in one, emptied.
Uppers and downers, verse.
Yeah.
Passive
yeah.
top.
Passive,
I mean,
yeah.
Has all
we
the
didn't
power,
even
but you
go
still have to
into
do the
whole
work.
dom top, passive top, aggressive top.
There are too many tribes to feel included.
You know,
Exactly. And-
At
didn't
least everyone has a tribe.
And Owen is right here. So
power top, power
Here
bottom.
I am.
So you're going with pill bottle as a top.
No, I'm going as a
bottom.
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 I mean, it's got bot in the
Well-
beginning of it as well. Could be a pill bottom. Likes to be filled. Why are you looking at me like that, you weirdo?
I'm not looking like you anything. I'm just drunk. And then the final one, a recording mic, like the 4 that we're using right now. Is that a top or a bottom?
I should call him.
If that's what we're following, it's definitely a top, isn't it?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dear.
Or is it just like
four
to-
large bulbous head.
There we go. Fantastic.
Oh,
Well,
according
done,
well,
Pennington.
ChatGPT says it's a voyeur bottom
Oh.
because it likes to listen and record.
You asked ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I love that ChatGPT is just as dirty as we are.
Exactly.
And actually, ChatGPT also molds to you and how you speak to it, so it learns and adapts. So
Oh gosh, that poor app.
I know that perhaps had to go down from all the words it knows to 3-letter words and 4-letter words.
Cat, map, dog.
wow, okay.
To finish off.
You've told your hilarious story, and you're out of vodka.
We actually are out of champagne, so this episode must be done.
Yes. Well, gentlemen, thank you for being
Ladies.
part of our lives.
Thank you.
You make them richer with your beauty and your talent and your sassiness and very, very naughtiness. We'll be back next week, hopefully, or very soon. If James is going away, we might be back in a few months' time. I don't know.
TBC, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure that out.
Congratulations to you both on reaching 100 episodes.
Yes,
Reaching
well
100.
done. Congratulations.
I know.
I normally
Still
say I'm
going
not there for
strong.
nearly 60.
Well, that is it for us, listeners. Thank you to Eoin Mallon, Ranj Singh, and Bunny Galore, as always. And as regularly, we shall see you all next Thursday.